everybody, it's Miranda from Diamond Painting with the Besties. How are you on this fabulous Saturday? I hope everyone is having a great start to their weekend. I know I am. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. So I'm going to do a whip and chat, and I've been trying to be more mindful of doing them more frequently, like on a weekly basis. Things haven't been too crazy, so I've been able to reprioritize. So if you enjoy this type of content, or you enjoy other content that I have, if you want to, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. So Whip and Chat stands for work in progress. So that means that I'm going to work on my piece. You guys pull out any sort of craft or something you're currently working on, or something you wanted to start, and work on it while you listen to me chat away. Or you can put me on in the background. I know that's what I do. I just put it on and I cook dinner, or I do laundry, or I diamond paint along. It's whatever you choose to do. So as you can see, I'm still working on The Night Garden by Bob Duquette from Distracted by Diamonds, and I've actually made some really amazing progress since last week. I'm starting a new section because it's closer to where the camera is and where it's more comfortable for me to have this than it would be on the other side. So I do have a little bit of a section from this top row over here that I have to finish, but it's too problematic and weird for me to have the camera on the opposite side, so it's much more comfortable. Any noises you might hear, my trusty crafting partner Zeus is in here, and it looks like he's napping. So if you hear any dreaming or grunts or anything, that's just Zeus. So let's go over a few stats. So I talked about my canvas. I actually have a few pens out here with me. As you can see, I have my array of Bella Art de Nicole trays up here, and one standard one that I like because it's easier for me to put my drills out of the Bella ones and into here and pour them into the baggies. I like to work out of the baggies. I have one of my pens from Cooper Coastal Creations on Etsy, and I can link that below. And it's got my little trusty four placer on here. One of my pens is from Jim's Handmade Pen Shop, and it's got the 10 placer, or I can't see. What does it say on here? 7 placer. I'm sorry. And then this one from Turning a Dream. Yeah, it's also a 7 placer. Trying to be more, gradually work my way up to using larger multi-placers. As you can also see, I have my designated minder for my whip and chats, my I'm speaking. So I'll just keep that there really for decoration, because the plastic is kind of staying back on its own. And I'm coming close to the end here. So what are we going to talk about this week? Let's see. All right. So first thing, update on swimming. So Bella had a meet on Wednesday against Dinuba High School. They both boys and girls won. Bella won both her events. It was really, really good. She's tired, so she didn't care too much about adding time. She just wanted to win her event. So she won both her events. They won both their relays. So it was really an awesome day for everybody, both boys and the girls. So Bella was really, really happy. Switching over to year-round, because she does compete in club swim. Oh my God, I just totally off-angled that. Don't judge. It's the first row. Anywho, so I don't know if I told you guys, but I am the president of her year-round swim team. So I just got the meet sheet back that I wrote from the head coach to make sure that it was okay. She gave me the go-ahead, so I just sent that out for sanctioning. So what that means is these times count, because they have licensed and qualified officials with USA Swimming that are at these meets. And so if they better their time, those times count. And when I mean count, they're like for future meets. That's what the college coaches look at and everything. You know, high school times are good for that season, but only count towards like lifetime goals if there are the proper number of officials, depending on, you know, there's a ratio between how many kids, you know, what format meet you're running and things like that. I also had to include some new verbiage from USA Swimming in regard to COVID. So now I'm going to get into the part of my Wip and Chat where it's not really, you know, up for debate or discussion on how you feel. So if you feel uncomfortable or this bothers you, you can either fast forward through this part, or you can just not listen to this particular Wip and Chat altogether. But speaking of COVID, you know, USA Swimming has a blurb in there basically saying that you're coming to this meet on your own and that you will not hold USA Swimming, Central California League, or TNT Tulare responsible in the event that you contract COVID. But as of right now, both Tulare and the Tulare County is in orange, so that's really, really good. I live in Kings County. We just happen to swim with TNT Tulare because of, you know, I think I've mentioned it before, you know, Bella outgrown Hanford and there were issues and she's just much happier. Not that Hanford wasn't great, because it totally was, and it's just what she needed. So that's that. So we're supposed to have this meet on May 8th. So hopefully everything is going well so far, and I'm really excited. There hasn't been a lot of opportunities for her to compete year-round, which in a way is good because she's been really tired, you know, from high school. You know, they had 1 week, they had 2 meets, but normally they just have one once a week. So Thursday, I got my second COVID shot. And let me tell you what. So the first shot I got was like great experience. The nurse was super awesome. And I do not like needles. Like at all. Now don't be like, oh, Miranda, you're tripping because you got all these tattoos. It's different. It is totally different getting a tattoo than it is an actual needle or, you know, a shot or getting your blood drawn or what have you. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. So when I got my first one, the nurse was older. She had given like 50,000 shots, like, or something, you know, she knew what she was doing. So when I asked her, I'm like, are you good at this? And she said, absolutely. I was like, okay, cool. And literally, like, I got time to prepare myself. I got, you know, everything was good to go. I didn't even feel it. Like, she distracted me that much. You know, I sat there. I didn't have a sore arm. I didn't have any reaction at all. I went about my day, went about my business the following day. Things were good to go. By the way, I got the Pfizer shot. So let's fast forward to, you know, a couple weeks till this past Thursday. I go in, no line, everything's cool. And I walk up and I don't see this same lady, right? I see this younger girl. So I'm like, yes, judging. So she was like, you know, she was nice and everything, but like, she was like so rushing me. And I asked her, I'm like, are you good at this? And she's like, yes, I am, like super confident. So I'm like, okay, cool. Right. Not a big deal. Then she asked me what I'm allergic to. I let her know. And she's like, oh, well, you need to stay here for 30 minutes. And I'm all like, why? And she just looked at me. Like, we're literally staring at each other back and forth. And she didn't even answer me. I was like, rude. So then she gets ready to give me my shot. Oh my God, look what I just did. Give me my shot, right? She didn't even give me any time to get ready. And she like literally like damn near stabbed me, right? And I'm like looking at her and I just want to come out and scream, liar, 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 pants on fire, because that shit hurt. And I was like, dang. And so then I had to sit there for a half hour. The last lady didn't make me sit there for a half hour. I had to sit for 15 minutes. So, I'm sitting there playing on my phone or whatever, complaining to Bryant that this little girl is making me sit here for a half hour and whatnot. So I was kind of irritated, but anywho, I was fine. My arm and then, the back of my shoulder blade on my left side, kind of was sore and everything, but it wasn't like anything major. Like, it was just kind of annoying. So, went to sleep, everything, got up Friday morning, everything was cool. And I'm like working and stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired. I just like felt tired and everything. I was like, I want to take a nap, but I'm like working and stuff. So I can't just like say, oh, I'm just going to go take a nap on the couch. Well, then all of a sudden I just got like, my whole body got sore. Like somebody like drop kicked me down a flight of stairs, or like, like when your out of shape ass goes and runs or something, starts exercising and your body's like all sore. That's how it felt. I was like, oh, I need to take a nap. So we didn't really have anything going on at all. So, and it was close to the end of the day. So I just like, Bella got me some ibuprofen, because supposedly when you have the Pfizer, you're not supposed to take like Motrin or, not ibuprofen, acetaminophen, because you're not supposed to have the ibuprofen. You're supposed to have the Tylenol, Vice, like Motrin or anything like that. And so then I like took like an hour nap, and I woke up, I was like, oh man, I felt better, but I was still tired and everything. And I was still super, super sore. So then I took Bella to practice. And then I took another nap, and then she called to let me know to pick her up. So I'm glad that I only live like 3 minutes from the high school, or like less than a mile. So I was able to pick her up from swim practice. And then I was like, I need to stay up. So I stayed up a little bit more, did a few things, but I did feel better. And then around 9:30, 10, I was just like, started feeling really tired. I took some more Tylenol, and then I called it a night. And I woke up this morning and I'm good to go. I didn't have to take anything. I didn't have to take any more like Tylenol or anything. I was good to go. So that was my experience. I called my mom. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know this is what I was experiencing, because I know you and Dad are getting ready to get your second shots. So my mom's like, oh, we're all prepared and this and that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bryant gets his second shot soon. I think it's next Thursday. Next Thursday he gets it. And he's just planning on taking the next day off. So he doesn't really have to worry about it or go through work being all achy or whatever, what have you. So that's that. Bella's high school is back to 4 days. Well, all of the high schools in Hanford are back to in-person 4 days a week. I don't know if I mentioned this last week or not, but we talked about it, and she wants to stay home. She doesn't feel comfortable going back. She doesn't trust the school. And, we get out of school really early here, like the first week in June, and it's literally April. So it's like less than 2 months school's out. And I told her, I was like, all right, well, if that's how you feel, she will have to go in to school on May 20th to take her AP history test. But other than that, she doesn't have to go in at all. So now that's that. Now junior year, she will, have to go back. And by then I hope that I'm able to get her shot. It's really important to both of us. So who else? I know some of my friends on here have gotten theirs. Tell me what your experiences are. I know that the shot really affects everyone differently. I'm just really thankful that I was able to get my shot and everything. So another thing, this happened yesterday. And yesterday I was really like down in the dumps about it, really upset. Yesterday was the untimely passing of Earl DMX Simmons. So DMX, the rapper. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with him. I do know that some of my friends, you know, was really into him and everything. And I know Matt was a fan from, you know, Lazy River Wood Turning and stuff. I'm originally from New York. I think I've told you guys that a bunch of times before. And DMX's first single, Rough Riders Anthem, came out, like, I think in May of 1998. So I was already graduated from high school, but, like, he was so iconic, a rap legend, you know, through my young adulthood and everything. And I mean, he was like one of the kings right up there. I mean, this was like the same as like when Biggie and Tupac passed and everything. And he suffered a heart attack. It probably was, you know, from drugs. And he was only 50. And he passed away. He was in White Plains. Like, I think he's originally from like Yonkers or something around there. I was really, really sad. And so I know yesterday I had myself a little DMX live streaming going, and it just brought back a lot of memories. And I don't know, I'm just really sad. Basically the same sad as when Adam Yauch from the Beastie Boys passed away. And he passed away, you know, it's going on a couple of years now, and more than a couple, but he passed away from cancer. And it just seems like all the great musical legends are slowly passing away. Some of them, you know, way before their time. And yes, DMX, he wasn't perfect, and none of us are, but he owned everything he did. You know, he had like I don't know, like 15 kids or something from like 9 different ladies and everything. And yeah, he did spend some time, you know, in prison or whatever. But as far as what he brought for the music industry, you know, nobody can fault anybody because none of us are perfect. But the thing is that he owned his mistakes and tried to make up for them. He never forgot where he came from. And he was super fan-centric. So his fans meant a lot to him. You know, unfortunately, I never did get the chance to see him in concert. But when I was talking to a lot of my friends from back home, you know, everybody was just shocked at this term of events. So if you are a DMX fan or are a DMX fan, drop a comment below. Let me know what your favorite song was. Because you know what? He brought everybody together. It did not matter what color, you know, what creed, nothing. He brought everybody together. Because I know there's some white suburban house moms, you know, rocking to Party Up in their car, talking about how their kids gonna make them lose their minds. I know there was a lot of like parody videos based off of DMX's Party Up song. It's just sad. I don't know. So I guess all I want to end that is just R.I.P. Earl. You know, you are a legend in my eyes. You got me through some times myself, and you will never be forgotten. Man, this just sucks, dude. Like, for real. All right. Let's move on to something a little more cheerful, but I just wanted to point that out. You know, I just had to bring that up and get that off my chest, basically, because yesterday was a really sad day for me. So let's see what else has been going on. Not a whole lot has been going on. I think I do need to hold this back. I've just been, we've been just doing our thing between work and swim practice. I told you guys my parents are already coming down, but that's in August. My daughter, Gina, is getting closer to her due date already, so we're excited about that. She still won't tell me what the baby's name is going to be, probably because her and Will haven't figured out a name yet because they can't agree. I told her, it might be one of those things where you have to wait and see what she looks like. You know, it's all right that if you don't have a name right away, but, you know, you might have to just wait and see. So today, Will's mom is having a baby shower for her, so I thought that was really sweet. I'm excited to go see her and Will and my granddaughter Rowan, and then meet my new granddaughter. You know, Bella hasn't seen her sister in almost 6 years or 5 years or something like that. I know it's been at least 5. The last time Bella saw her sister was the Christmas after she graduated high school, so 94. Yeah, going on December of this year would have been 6 years. So it's been like 5 years and some change. So it's just hard when like everybody lives so far apart. It's really something. Did find out though that my friend Erin, who I was stationed with in the Navy, she was stationed down in San Diego or North Island, and now she just got orders. She's supposed to go to Miramar, but then her orders got switched, which is not uncommon, especially when you get to higher ranks. And so she messaged me and let me know, hey, we're coming back to Lemoore. So her husband, who, you know, I'm friends with too, we were all in the squadron. That's how we met. And Bella and I were in their wedding. He's mad coming back. Granted, you know, there are still, you know, some of us up here, so it's not like they're coming up here with no friends, but there's a huge difference between the Central Valley and being down south in San Diego and around that area. You're coming from beautiful San Diego to basically farm country. And that's what usually happens. They always put, for the most part, it seems like bases and air stations are always put in the middle of nowhere for some reason. So I'm excited for them to come back, but I gave them the name of my realtor to, you know, help them out because they don't really have a big time frame. But yeah, Chris is upset because he has a really good job in LA. So, and he's part of the Air Force Reserve. So they have that to all figure out too. But it'll be fun, you know. I've never met her youngest. But it's going to be fun and exciting. So it'll be good. Let's see. So there's been a lot of new releases coming out with some of the companies. I know that Treasure Studios Art just signed a new artist. And they had like a huge Lizzie Falcon release like 2 weeks ago or last week. I want to say 2 weeks ago. And DIY Moonshop has just signed a new artist. And in fact, I actually got 2 of the new artist canvases. And some of you, when you guys see them, might be a little surprised that I got that because it's very like whimsical folk art. And the artist based a lot of her designs off fabrics and things like that. But when I saw her art, it screams Maine. And, you know, that's where she's from. And the reason why that's a big deal to me is I used to be stationed in Maine at Naval Air Station Brunswick. It was my second duty station. And I loved it. Now, I was younger, so I really wish, like, I appreciated it a little bit more while I was there, but that's always the case. And the cool part about it is that Brunswick is only like 4 hours from my house in New York. So literally, I was home all the time. Like, I was home so much, my dad was like, didn't you join the Navy to, like, move away? But yet you're always here. And I was like, but I love you guys. So it just reminds me, like, so much of Maine. And, you know, you hear, like, a lot of us, like Katie and Lindsay always saying, you know, or Jessica saying you know, that the piece speaks to you. So I guess I could say that that piece, two of them, they spoke to me. They were just fun and just brought some memories back of some really good times in my life. So yeah, so what new releases have you guys liked? You know, drop me a comment and let me know if there's any particular new artists or canvases that you liked. I did just unbox my very first look what I just did. Craftably canvas. And that was really fun. It's so pretty. Her name's Shine. And I'll post that up in the eye for you in case you didn't get a chance to see it. And then I also got my very first Sybil art from Craft Ease. And I was just like, oh my God, it was just so pretty. And I just thought she was super, super classy. Like, it just had greens. I noticed a lot of the Sybil arts has a lot of purples and reds, and they are very, very pretty. But I don't know, this one just kind of was stuck out a little bit more. I think because I do love green a lot. There are a few things where I wish that Crafties would, I don't know, I wish they would have more diamond paintings. They do have a paint by number of the Flatiron District. That's like one of my favorite places in New York. And I have asked, and I'm always like tagging them, like, please turn this into a diamond painting, please. That way I can go with my, you know, Brooklyn Bridge one also. Because my house is like, a lot of it's decorated with things about New York or Italy, because I am Italian as well. So I kind of like to keep a little reminders from back home, even though I'm out here in California. I'm really, really enjoying this color blocking. I just have to be really careful because there are a few different colors sprinkled throughout all of the sea of 310. So I have to make sure that I'm not just going like hog wild on here with the black and just covering it. So Night Garden, let's talk about what I'm working on right now. I love it. Even though there's like confetti, it's nowhere near as crazy, but I do really, really like it. I have been having some issues with the amount of trash and the size of the drills on here. The darker colors, as a lot of people are running into, are very inconsistent as far as size and consistency. And so really this isn't a lot of trash, but let me show you what I have so far. And the old wax is like mixed in here for my pen. So this is the amount of trash that I have so far. So considering the size of this painting compared to what I showed you in there, it's not that bad, but there's stuff that's still in the trays and in the bags that I haven't taken out yet. There's a bunch in my tray here. I'll show you on the 310. And we know this, like we know, oh, well now I just covered it all up. But, good grief. So we know this, right? But it has to do with the manufacturing. So it's no fault of any company itself, like with their drill quality. They're all running into, you know, what did I just drop that? Running into this issue. Will this deter me from purchasing from Distracted by Diamonds? Nope. Am I still going to get them? Yep. And I'll just adapt and overcome because they have some amazing stuff. Love their kits. In fact, I just happened to miss a kit because I had to go to the vet today to pick up Zeus's allergy medicine because I wasn't really paying attention throughout the week. And last night when I was giving him the dogs their vitamins and pills and Levi his CBD for his arthritis. I was like, oh crap, Zeus only has one allergy pill left. So I had to call the vet this morning and go pick it up. And that's what I did for that. So let's see, update on Levi. The vitamins, the glucosamine vitamins and the CBD, it's a 20-to-1 ratio. So 20 CBD to 1 THC, and it is for dogs, is working. It's amazing. Like Monday will be 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, he could barely get up and walk, and he was limping around. And now he's back to his power prancing and spunky self. You know, I know that he's getting older. He's going to be 13 in September, and it makes me sad. But I wasn't going to bring him to the vet so they could tell me stuff that I already knew. I was going to, so I just looked up holistic remedies and home remedies to try first to maybe, figure something a little bit easier for him and cheaper and more natural, because dogs, their systems are a lot like humans, and there's a lot of things they can take that we take, like, Benadryl and things like that. Of course, Benadryl doesn't work on my dogs. I don't know if they're too big, and I don't want to overdose them, but the dogs themselves get fish oil vitamins every day for their hearts, and it's got the omega-3 in it, so that is really good for them. Let's see, and then they both get a glucosamine vitamin twice a day. They get the MSM vitamin, which I forgot what that stood for, but they get that once a day. And then Zeus gets his Apoquil once a day. And then Levi will get 1.5 milliliters of CBD oil twice a day. And he's really good about it. Like, he'll see that dropper coming and gives you this look like, is this really necessary? And you're like, yup. And sometimes you have to kind of grab a hold of his collar. But he doesn't try to spit it out. However, what they have been doing is, I roll their vitamins up in cheese, and they're getting to the point now where they're kind of spitting out the cheese and their vitamins, spitting out their vitamins and just eating the cheese. And I'm like, I hope you guys are not doing this because you think you're going to get more cheese. And with Zeus, you have to be careful, and you have to tell him gentle because he gets so excited that he chomps down and the shit hurts. So you just tell him, you say, easy piggy, because he also responds to pig. And I call him Piggy because when he was a puppy, he would snort in his sleep. And even now as a grown-up dog, he sometimes will snort while he's snoring in his sleep. And it's so cute. Let's see what else. You guys aren't sure, I know tomorrow on Sunday, Matt's having his drop, I think, for the next pen drop. And just let you guys know that this week, I'm sitting this one out. Not because I don't like any of the pens, but I feel like I have enough, not only of pens in general, but that for right now, I have enough Lazy River ones for right now. And I'm going to let, someone else take my spot and give them a chance to get one. Now, it's no offense towards everybody else, all for one and one for all, go ahead and you do you. And I hope you guys get what you want, but this is just me personally, what I'm doing. Because I want other people to have that opportunity. Matt makes amazing things, so I want to give somebody else the opportunity to maybe get something they really, really want. Let's see. So what are some other things you guys are hoping is being released? I know that Lindsay is hoping that Diamond Art Club releases that Simona Candini Alice that she really, really likes. I just sent in a few pictures to DIY Moon Shop from Medusa the doll maker that I really like her, obviously her Medusa, Leilani Joy's Medusa. There was a few others from Medusa the doll maker that I sent in. Oh, the Queen of Hearts one. I really, really love that one, and I really, really hope that DIY Moon Shop adds it to the shop because I absolutely love it. It's like I'm going to get the biggest one they have, and I'm going to get all the special treatments, and I don't even care because that's how much I love that one. So yeah, let me know what I want to know this too, and I thought I read it somewhere that raw sushi might be made into diamond paintings from Diamond Art Club. I don't know if that's just a rumor I heard or if that's something coming down the line, but I thought I saw it in like one of the Facebook groups. If you guys can add some insight or bust the myth if it's just a rumor or not true, that would be super awesome. This weekend, I'm just doing laundry and I have really nothing. I have no place to be. I might try and get a pedicure, but it's really not a necessity right now. It's not too hot yet, and I've gone this long, so I might wait a little bit longer. I feel like I have this new superpower and I don't have to be as nervous about going out because I finally had both of my vaccines. So I don't know. We'll see. I say that I want to do that and then it'll come to it and I'll be like, no, I'm so comfortable in my pajamas right now. I'm just going to chill. So if you guys have any plans, let me know what you're going to be doing. If you're spending it any special way. I'm not sure. I do know I have to make hotel reservations for September because Brian and I, last September, we were supposed to see Rammstein because they were coming on their very first North American stadium tour. And I have not seen Rammstein since 1998. So, and Bryant has never seen them. So I was so excited, over the moon, trip. I mean, I was screaming. I was so excited. So we had tickets and then of course, COVID outbreak and everything got pushed back. And it was cool because Rammstein cares about their fans. And I know there's that huge ordeal with Ticketmaster. Rammstein had put out when they released the new dates that, if you weren't able to make the new date, that they would refund your money. So I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, no, I'm going. One more year is not going to kill me. If I have, I've waited this long to see them again, so it's not going to be that big of a deal, right? So luckily, it was on a Saturday, literally a year later. So it worked out perfectly. So then I got an email saying about how their European tour dates were getting pushed back. And I was like, oh my God, no. But the American dates were still good to go. And then I've been seeing that some other tours have been popping up. So that is hopeful. And that to me is super amazing news because I don't care if I have to go in and wear the mask the entire time. I am going to see Rammstein. I do not care. They are one of my favoriteest bands. They're amazing. I'm got my little Duolingo app, so I'm staying proficient with my German. And yeah, that's that. So I'm just hoping that we, as a country, we can all totally move forward and continue to work together and, try to have some sort of normalcy back in our lives. I don't know if it will ever be back to normal like it was, but every step forward is good in my book. And I watch our numbers and stuff, and I just, you know, the kids up here, my friend Melissa got an email saying that they are going to have a normal graduation. So I really, really hope they do, because that's what it's affecting, is like the kids, you know, their senior years haven't been, you know, the same. And it's like, that's supposed to be like your best year in high school, and certain sports seasons got canceled, so they never got to do their last year, whatever. But I don't know. I'm grateful for every step forward. So, anyway, that's really about it. I didn't want to make this too long. So I hope that you guys have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your weekend. And I will talk to you soon. And thank you for joining me. Stay safe, be kind, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.